The Pacific campaign is finally up and is sure to say unique and very fun. But today I'll be highlighting the good and the bad of the new campaign, the Pacific War. Let's first start with the good. Most of the maps are decently balanced, excluding a few. They're not constantly repetitive like Stalingrad, having a combination of forest, beaches, trenches, and villages. Unlike as we thought, the SPAG meta is not as strong as we expected. Most of the campaign is infantry based, as the resupply point distance has been increased and a playable map as well. This means less gray zone camping, and not the extensive air support like Normandy, excluding certain maps. In addition to this, they are also easy to kill with any weapon, as once all personnel are killed, they explode, as well as being easy to kill with anti-tank rifles. And now for the bad. First, the weak SMGs for the Japanese. The Japanese SMGs are quite weak in the early game compared to the Americans, and considering that the Pacific Pack makes it like the late game, even in the early game, most free-to-play players and people who bought the pack will struggle. Literally every single Japanese SMGs have low fire rates, for around 400 to 500, while the Americans start at 500 and increase from there on. Up top you can see the premium SMGs, and comparing them you can see that the Type 1 SMG cannot compete against the Thompson, neither with damage nor fire rate. This is also the same for the free-to-play player base, as the Japanese SMGs are inferior again with both damage and fire rate. On the topic of weapon balance, what is this? Samurai versus an OP shotgun. If the devs really want to fix something, it's this. The Samurai should be an auto unlock once you reach a certain level, like the plunge mine or the AT mines. Next is map balance, especially Tanari River. For the allies, when they attack, there is barely any cover to hide behind, so you just get beamed down by Japanese. Same can be said for the Japanese in Guadalcanal coast, because on the beach, it is so easy for the allies to just use their SPAGs to gray zone camp. Some prime gray zone maps are the two I mentioned before, Guadalcanal coast and Tanari River. As well as this, the bonsai mechanic is a great new feature to Enlisted, but it can be a bit buggy sometimes. The bug makes it so that it's either stops in the middle of a charge, or it doesn't allow the user to start the charge, but still counts the charge, making that 5 seconds of non-sprint. In general, the Pacific is definitely a great addition to the campaign list, and is a fun, enjoyable campaign to grind. If you enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe. Peace.